Okay, driving Macau, and we're going to be driving out of a parking garage of the Londoner Casino, and we're going to go through the Cotai Strip. And so we're going to go from casinos from Cotai, Taipa, into all the way over to the Macau side. Tell you all about it in a minute. We'll be out of the tunnel and I'll start our tour. Enjoy.
Chiquinha, chiquinha.
Go check out the room.
Chiquinha.
Okay, I'm the content creator for this channel. If you like what I'm doing, just subscribe and hit the like button. Okay, so welcome to Driving Macau 2021. So you're gonna get a little taste of the Cotai Strip first, and we're gonna be driving out of the Londoner right now, and we're gonna go up and down the Cotai Strip a little bit, and then we're gonna take the bridge and go all the way to the Macau side. We're on the southern part, which is Cotai Strip area. I'll try to explain some of those in a little bit, but right now we're coming out of the parking garage of the Londoner Casino, and we're gonna navigate that first. So here we come on out, and now you get your first glimpse of part of driving around in the Cotai Strip area. City of Dreams is straight ahead now. Morpheus is also straight ahead, and you got a little bit of construction back here. I don't know what's gonna happen with all that, and it looks like those are like straight ahead. It's just those lights are for construction workers. They're not actually for it's not police or anything like that. Lots of people park illegally over there all along the side here for some reason. And we are going to, there's Morpheus. It's a beautiful building straight ahead. Really beautiful building. So we're gonna go straight ahead. And I don't know what's better, night or daytime, but I kind of want to do different kinds of videos for driving Macau. Just kind of giving you a taste of everything. So this is going to be a nighttime one, and maybe, you know, let me know which one's more interesting. Probably you see more in the daytime, but maybe it's also interesting to see the lights at night too. So straight ahead is Venetian. So we're going to go right into the Cotai Strip. One of the challenges here is a lot of people will park illegally right on the side of the road, so you have to merge into in and out of the other traffic lane. So it, I don't know why Macau allows it, but they do. So there's always people parking illegally everywhere. That one's looks like he's gonna run right into me there. So you'll also get to hear me complain a little bit as I drive around Macau, and as you get to see some of the challenges. Okay, so Parisian is going to be coming right up, so the camera will be pointing to the Parisian in a minute. Right now it's kind of at Venetian, and then Londoner is what we just came out of, so Londoner is to the left right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to go around and come back down the other side of the Cotai Strip. So right now we're going south. Beautiful Parisian. See in the camera. Londoner to the left is under quite a bit of construction. It's fairly new. Londoner and Parisian and Venetian are all the same company, and there's an overpass that connects all three of them together, two on one side and one on the other. You're gonna see Studio City as we take the round, as we take the, I guess you call it a hairpin turn. And there's a beautiful Parisian right there. And there's a police right there. The police has its lights on too. It's kind of interesting. You don't really see the police doing traffic stops so much in Macau. Actually, I've never seen it, because there's so many cameras everywhere in the city. So the cameras will keep track of you quite well. But usually the police will park over to the left here. So I don't know why his lights are on exactly, but okay. So right now it's the Cotai Strip, City of Dreams to the right. That big building straight ahead, that's actually apartment buildings. It's that goes up to a really beautiful mountainside, so you can do some hiking behind that building straight ahead. And I heard that the apartments there are very, very expensive to buy, because it's pretty prime real estate. And when you're up there, you have an amazing view of the city. I've filmed up there a few times. There's a little pavilion that juts out a little bit up there. So yeah, I don't know how it is to be doing these driving in Macau at nighttime ones. Maybe the daytime might be more interesting. But we're gonna try it out. So definitely give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. I personally don't find the Cotai Strip as interesting as going down the Las Vegas Strip. So I find other parts of Macau more interesting, but I know that viewers want to see what this looks like exactly. So this is what it looks like. It's a Wednesday night. It's always a little bit like this most nights. The Cotai Strip is not really a buzzing area like you'd see in Las Vegas. It's different, kind of closes down at nighttime. Don't know why, but that's just the way it is. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be going straight ahead is a rotary, and Taipa proper is that way, but I want to get to the other side and I want to show you some other casinos on the Macau side. So I know a lot of people are interested in that. We're still going to go by some casinos right now too. So Venetian is to the left right there, and then straight ahead is Galaxy. So we're still kind of on our casino tour, and as you can see, the Cotai area is quite spread out. By the way, Cotai is this is all on reclaimed land. So there was two islands before. One was called Taipa Island and the other was called Kolowan Island. And then the city, they reclaimed all the land between the two islands. They called it Cotai. And Cotai is because one island was Kolowan, Ko, and the other island is Taipa, Tai. So Cotai, Kolowan and Taipa combined with a bunch of reclaimed land in the middle, and they put all these casinos here. So that's why the casinos kind of all have that Cotai label, and they're all spread out all over the place. So they say the Cotai Strip, and we were on the Cotai Strip, but a lot of these casinos are kind of spread out all over the place, and they basically go the whole width, you know, because Kolowan and Taipa were two islands, and then you fill in the space in between, and I guess that whole thing is kind of the strip in one way. But that road we're on, I kind of think of that as the true strip. Okay, we're gonna keep on going. To the right is the light rail train line, and there's a train station right here. It goes to, it's Peacock. And to the right of me is Taipa Village, which is quite cool. Really like walking around that a lot. And the Taipa Village is very pedestrian friendly. You can't really see it as well in the car because you need to be on the ground walking around to really see that area properly. But you can see right here is the train station, and most of this train station basically is good for tourists. It basically goes through most of the casinos. I think actually Las Vegas train line is kind of similar. They got a lot of money. I think this one was sponsored by the city government. I think the Las Vegas one was mostly by the casinos. But this one caters towards most of the casinos, and then also the immigration points. So I think there's 11 stations total, I think, last I remember counting them. And 3 of them go to immigration points. One to the ferry terminal, one to the frontier to China, which is buses come in at that spot. And then also the airport. So there's like 3 main stations that cater towards people coming in and out of Macau. And then the other 8 stations, most of those are, I think it's either 8 stations, 8 or 12 stations, whichever one it is. But most of those are almost all casinos, and just a few of them are where locals might go. I mean, a lot of locals work the casinos too, but it only services Taipa, and when you're in Taipa, you can basically walk to casinos anyways. So there's not really, as a person who locally lives here, there's not much reason for me to go into the light rail train line, because it's only good if I'm going to go to casinos or the airport. But if you live here, you're probably going to other places besides, you know, leaving the city on a regular basis. Okay, so we're going to be following. Straight ahead is China. So those bright lights over there, straight ahead, those buildings, that's all part of Zhuhai, China. But you could be deceived into thinking that's part of Macau because it kind of has that feeling to it. And I think, you know what, I might even try to just play around and just put this on a closer setting and see what happens. Okay, so what I just did is I just put it on a different setting so that I'm kind of seeing everything a lot closer, and I think it might be interesting potentially that you can see things up close. Let me know which one is better. So this one you can maybe see, you can't really see the periphery as much, so I don't know, maybe it's a little bit more car centric, and you might be wanting to see more of the periphery. So I might just change it back. So we're going through a lot of construction right now. Okay, so we did a little bit of a zoom in thing, but I would zoom back out again, and maybe let me know if that zoom in was interesting or not. As I look now, I can see that maybe it's better when it's zoomed out, because then you can see more of the periphery parts. Straight ahead is Zhuhai, China, but we can't get in there at all. At least I can't. If you're, certain people can get a permit to drive in and out, but as a foreigner, it's I think it's, I'm sure anything is possible, but it seems like such a headache that I don't really know how you would do that. But you'd have to have, I think you'd have to have dual license plates for one, and I don't know how the setup for the license plates work. So anyways, there's the end of the light rail train right to the right of me. That's to Ocean Gardens, and we're going to be going over a bridge, and this bridge is quite beautiful. And you can see Macau Tower straight ahead. And maybe you saw another video that I did recently where I did this in the daytime. But now you're going to see it at nighttime. And I'm going to do a slightly different route this time than that. I'm still going to go over the bridge, but I'm going to go this other route to the other casinos. So that might be interesting for you. Wow, that taxi's really going by fast. This lane you have to merge into the other lane, so it's so for some reason some people, they like to drive real fast. And now he's going to struggle to merge, but he's just going to try to fit into those two vehicles. So anyways, Macau driving habits. Straight ahead is the Macau Tower. Oh, there's a taxi he's going to try to pull out again. I guess he has a customer, so he's driving reckless, I guess. And there's the Macau Tower. It's quite beautiful at night. And I think what I'm going to do is try to get into the I'm going to get into the left lane, but there's some cars trying to pass me as well. Let's see, is the Macau Tower still in our view? So yeah, this is called the Sai Van Bridge. So we're going to take the Sai Van Bridge and we're going to go all the way to Nape. And Nape is where the other casinos are at. So Nape, Bara, those are some of the choices we have. And we're kind of going to go up over this right now, and then when we come in, you're going to see the beauty of Macau at nighttime. This bridge is quite beautiful too. I don't know what's better, day or night, but I think at this spot on the bridge, it's all good, day and night. Maybe let me know if you saw the daytime one too. So we're going to be taking a left down this way, and I need to get in the right lane, but nobody's behind me, so I'm just going to follow on this lane right here, because maybe have a slightly better views, maybe just slightly. So as we come in, we're going to see some of these, like Peña Church is up on the hill, some other kind of beautiful buildings too. Okay, I'm going to get in the right lane before somebody comes along. And Macau Tower is right there. Let's see. There's Macau Tower. I can move the camera up and down, but it's on a suction cup, so I can't move it left or right. But we're going to go by the Macau Tower, move it up again. So if you saw my daytime one, I would take the left option, but this one I'm going to go to these Macau casinos, and you might be able to see that one straight ahead is MGM, so we're going to head over to MGM. So these are on the Macau side, and we're taking the bridge to get to them. Just to kind of explain Macau, it's basically Macau Peninsula is the northern part, and then the southern part is we call it Taipa. Often we just call the whole thing Taipa, but it's actually Taipa and Koloan fused together, and Cotai is there too. So those used to be two different islands, but now there's one big island, so a lot of times we just call it Taipa. Straight ahead is the MGM. So we're gonna try to go down that way if we can in a minute. It's quite beautiful. So now we're gonna see the other Macau strip. And we're gonna drive around in here and kind of show you what this looks like too. Yeah, basically we're kind of on, we're on like a road with water on both sides. So one side is the ocean and the other side is also the ocean, but they call it Nape Lake. It's like a man-made lake. And I think the water is basically the ocean that just goes underneath these bridge. But they'll do the dragon boat races there. And we're gonna just keep, we're gonna go around MGM and then we're gonna go down this other casino strip area. And then that way you kind of have an idea of Cotai casino strips down to the Macau side casino strips area. There's a giant MGM lion right there. There's definitely a lot more to Macau, but I know that people, they want to see this, so I want to cater towards that. A little bit worried that this might go a little too long, but I'll just kind of go through these casinos a little bit, because if you're hanging with me now, then that's probably what you want to see. Although the bridges were kind of cool though, right? I'm sure you like that too. There's definitely a lot more to see as I drive in Macau. But I think in the daytime maybe you see more of it, but I know this is kind of interesting when you see the lights like this. So to the right is Star World, there's the Arc Casino. There's a bunch of smaller casinos here. They're not quite the big name brands that you'd see on the Cotai side. So there's like this little President Casino and all kinds of little stuff. And we'll just kind of take you through here by car. And let's just see. I think what I'm gonna do is we'll just kind of see. I don't generally drive around the casino area that much. I usually drive around the other areas, so so I might. Well, we'll see. We'll see exactly where I end up. There's a lot of one-ways in Macau. Lots of ways you can't go. We're on a one-way street right now, by the way, so I can't very easily turn around in Macau. So basically, you're kind of at the whims of these kinds of things. But now you can see some. You can see the Wynn Casino, and I am gonna try to turn around and go down this other thing. So wish me luck with that. There's the Wynn Casino right there. And let's just see, can I do it here? Nope. So straight ahead is kind of a bus depot area. So for those that live here, we end up in this area quite a bit on the buses. There's the Grand Lisboa right there in the Lisboa. A couple of casinos there for you. Those are pretty well known ones. And then now we have a bunch of kind of cheaper ones, but you can see the Star World there and Paradise. Compact has a nice kind of bar that overlooks things. You know what? I think I might go into here. We'll see if we can. I don't know if I'll be able to. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, oops. I am gonna be going up a hill and around and up and about and who knows where. Lots of hills in Macau, so I just kind of took a turn where I'm gonna end up in one of those places. But I think I'll just leave the camera on, and I think a lot of you might be curious. This is also where the racetrack goes through here as well. So we're gonna it's probably better to go in the daytime, but we'll just follow it up and Gia Hill straight up to the top. So anyways, you kind of did get to see some of the casinos, and now we're kind of up above some of the other casinos, and Macau is quite hilly and quite interesting, and yeah, now we're going up in the hills. And Kia Hill is directly up there. Then you see this black and yellow. That's because we're on the speedway right there. And I think what we'll do is we'll just kind of follow that, and I think we're gonna see if we can get back down again. So maybe that was an interesting excursion, but yeah, and if I could show the camera to the right, but it's a little bit hard to do, you'd be able to see some of the casinos to the right of me that we're up above right now. So now we're navigating the Grand Prix route. Up in the hills, those Macau hills. And the black and white is because of the Grand Prix. So we'll just kind of keep navigating this, and I usually never come up this way, so I'm not really sure exactly how this comes out. But I'm gonna bring you along so you can see it yourself. There's a policeman walking down the road. So yeah, this might be the more interesting thing to see in the daytime. That might even be more interesting if I had the camera that was to the side a little bit. There's some apartment buildings right there. Well, okay. Looks like we might be going right into the where all the people live. Yep, we are. Okay, well maybe I'll keep the camera on just a little bit longer, so I didn't quite expect that. And you're gonna get a little taste of Macau at night in one of the most densest areas of the city. Well, you're gonna get a little tour of all of Macau now. I didn't think you were gonna have that happen tonight, but I guess you are. It's about 10 o'clock at night, so again, I think this is probably a more interesting place to go in the daytime because you can see more of it. But I think I'll kind of navigate through here a little bit because I think it might be interesting to you as a viewer. It's gonna make it quite long, so I won't do it for too long, but we'll give you a little taste. So yeah, this is where all the locals live. This is where all the density is at. This is why they call the city one of the most densest cities in the world. And actually this road is not too bad, but some of them are quite narrow. We'll try to take you down some of those other ones too. I'm gonna try not to go too long though, so we'll maybe go for I don't know, maybe just a few more minutes and just give you a little taste, and then we'll end this one. I definitely want to get into the density parts though. So I think what we'll do is take a left here. Motorcycle, come on, stop, motorcycle. Oops, gotta stop right here. So this one that we're on right now, where the person's walking across, this is Corta y can't quite read that. Horta y Costa. So it's kind of they also call it Gosida. It's kind of one of the more main streets. I don't know if this would be more interesting if I zoom in a little bit, or if or zoom out. The only way to really know is to try. Maybe on the next red light I'll try it and just see what it looks like. Okay, there you go. So I just zoomed in, so just kind of let me know. I'm gonna leave it on in the zoomed in way for a little bit, and we can just kind of see if it's as interesting to you or not. I'm gonna be driving down some pretty narrow straights in a minute, so I don't know. Maybe the narrow is maybe the zoom in is. Well, let me know. Let me know. This is, you can definitely see the difference. So we're gonna kind of navigate into the more densest parts of Macau. And you can let me know what you think. So let's see, I'm gonna go into some of these other areas. So I don't know if that's more interesting to see it zoomed in. A lot of people will walk without using the sidewalk, and it's already a little hard to drive in here anyways because it's so narrow. So now we're in the more denser areas. But actually a lot of this was supposed to be the focus of the two casino strips. So I don't know if but I think some of the viewers might be just kind of curious to see anything of Macau, so tell you what, driving in here is always a little bit of a challenge though. And we're coming up on this little circular drive area. They're gonna get across, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around it in a minute, and then you can kind of see it with a zoom in lens, and then I'm gonna zoom back out again, and then you can see it, and then maybe just kind of let me know which is more interesting to you. So right now it's zoomed in. I'm going to, I was going to park right there and change it. Where all those motorbikes are at, looks like I can't. But I'll probably have to stop for pedestrians quite a bit anyways, so we'll just go around a little bit like this. Okay, so now you're kind of seeing it like this, right? And then as soon as I can, I'm going to stop and change it. See where I can. Okay, so I'm going to pull over here, and I'm going to change it to the other way. Okay, so now we're back. So I just did the other one where you can maybe see more. So yeah, let me know. Maybe it's more interesting to be able to see more than the other one that's zoomed in too much. There's also a toggle switch where I can also have it like halfway in between. So if you think it might be more interesting halfway between, let me know that too. So I'm going to go around in the circle one more time so you can just kind of let me know the differences for you. Yeah, maybe the zoned out is a little bit better because you can see more. Okay, so we're going to end this in a minute. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you're still with me this whole time, that would be great. That means you're interested in driving videos even at nighttime. And I'm gonna drive around a little bit more. Indonesian. There's an Indonesian shop not too far from here. A lot of Indonesians live up in this area. So do our Burmese. Caught behind a bus. So let me just see. I think I'm gonna end this video in a little bit, but at least you kind of get an idea of Macau, and you kind of got to see some of the casinos and some of the main streets and the bridge, and now you get to see what it's like driving around in some of the more denser areas of the city as well. And I think I'm gonna find a good spot to stop, and then we'll turn off the camera. So anyways, there you go. Let me know what you think, and if if it's kind of interesting to go around at nighttime too. All right, driving Macau 2021.
Chiquinha, chiquinha, toma cuidado da bovidinha.